Ladies and gentlemen, I am the voice of Phoenix Pro Wrestling, that is Aaron Nix. Welcome back to Under Pressure, which continues with tag team action here at Rocket Ronnie's. And is there a bigger, more vaunted tag team in the history of Phoenix, much less the history of the Isle of Wight? The Monster Max Carnage, the Beast Axel Chaos, the Annihilation are back in town and looking to cause extreme destruction under the watchful eye of fellow White Wolves members and many, many more. And very obvious that the Annihilation, despite their vicious nature, are extremely popular hometown favourites. I don't think they give two fucks, frankly, but the Annihilation are here and at a combined weight of 700 plus pounds. There is every bit the confidence you'd expect from a team known as the Annihilation. Look at the size of these two veritable whopping beef joints, ladies and gentlemen. The Annihilation.
Music, I've got something to say.
Well, it's rare that Max Carnage has anything to say.
Are you expecting us, the Annihilation, to come here on an 18 plus night and just do a tag team match? Not tonight. Tonight we are playing by our rules. The following contest is an Annihilation rules match.
Well, that's a pretty succinct fucking statement, isn't it? Annihilation rules, apparently. What that is, I have no idea. I'm assuming it means just that extra bit more violence. It is 18 plus after all, and even referee Dan Barnstall Socks is like, what the hell is Annihilation rules?
Introducing our next competitors.
Yes, indeed. We have fresh debutants on deck here at Under Pressure. Very exciting times here at Phoenix Pro Wrestling as we give opportunities to some of the brightest and most exciting young talents, and they don't come brighter or more exciting than these two young men. Wearing the blue with the fresh craps, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, Harry MacDonald, the Big Mac himself, and that big meaty specimen next to him is Ryan Curran, one of the most hard-hitting men in all of Essex. And together they are, of course, the Big Steppas. And you step very well when you're wearing Air Jordans of that magnitude. And as a sneakerhead, I can certainly fucking appreciate those crepes, ladies and gentlemen. And Ryan Curran in the shape of his life, Essex beef personified, and this is going to be very, very interesting as the Big Mac and the Runaway combine. The Big Steppas have made the trek from Essex and are looking to make an example out of the, so far, undefeated, at least in 2-on-2 tag team competition, the Annihilation, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, they are undefeated, full stop, in tag team competition, of course, last time out at Rocket Ronnie's, that stunning pool hall brawl, where themselves, alongside the Architect of Destruction, Nero, knocked off the Beards and Rudy Root.
People of Phoenix, your competitors in this Annihilation tag team match. Standing to my left, he is the monster of mayhem, Max Carnage, the Beast of Bedlam, Axel Chaos. They are the Annihilation. And to my right, the Big Mac, Harry MacDonald, and 100 kilos of pure Essex beef, baby! The Big Steppas!
Well, thank you very much to our magnificent host, Luke Lamont. There's going to be a lot of trash talk that has been coming into this, because Harry MacDonald and Ryan Curran especially love to run their mouths. Very charismatic, very entertaining. If you haven't seen these two men, well, you are in for a treat, but it looks like Max Carnage has more to say.
I suppose you all want to know what an Annihilation rules match is, right? Well, first of all, we all have a drink!
Oh, looks like alcohol is on tap. Apparently the first order, and that's something the Annihilation knows how to do very well. If you didn't notice, those big frames were not solely made off of protein, ladies and gentlemen. And looks like Harry MacDonald and Ryan Curran are going to be able to join in the festivities. Yes, indeed. The Annihilation love themselves a multitude of beers, and it looks like Max Carnage kind enough to pour one out for the Big Steppas as he's Axel Chaos, and looks like a toast to begin Annihilation rules, ladies and gentlemen. This does seem like an extremely, shall we say, docile way for the Annihilation to start their night. Although nothing good can come from the Annihilation beginning an evening by getting shit-faced on Pilsner. Well, it's time for the Big Steppas to make a toast. Harry MacDonald.
The second rule of Annihilation rules match is we want to have a fight!
But that's kind of what I was expecting, if I'm being honest. And poor Harry MacDonald didn't even get a chance to swallow. Make of that what you wish, ladies and gentlemen. But Harry MacDonald, extremely charismatic, exciting young talent, as is Ryan Curran. And you see Harry MacDonald a little worse for wear already, as the Annihilation get things underway. And Annihilation rules, well, we've had a drink, now we're going to have a fight. What else curtails in a... Oh no, Axel Chaos seems to have found a camera. Oh, that may very... Well, yeah. What else do you say to that? Harry MacDonald apparently eats cheese. I don't blame him, but Axel Chaos forcing him to smile for the fucking cameras. I mean, I'll give him credit for production awareness, if nothing else, in the Annihilation. Are really getting things going nice and early here. This is essentially a pool hall brawl is what it is. It's not technically no disqualification, but it's Annihilation rules, so I'm assuming rules are just going to be pretty much on the fly here, and Axel Chaos seems to have found himself a fan in the lovely security team that has been provided for us here this evening at Rocket Ronnie's. And Ryan Curran able to escape. Max Carnage speed and agility is going to be absolutely key for the Big Steppas here against the monstrous size of the Annihilation, and very smart being able to isolate the monster himself, Max Carnage, in the corner. Harry MacDonald with a head of steam and a forearm to the face. He's going to send him right in. Beautiful flying enziguri, courtesy of an assist, and crep check indeed. Still looking fresh, Big Mac baby. And now another forearm in the corner and a knife edge chop, and Max Carnage finds himself in a lot of trouble here. His lack of mobility is certainly paying dividends for the Big Steppas, who are doing a great job as a tag team here of isolating Max Carnage. That was a thunderous forearm by Ryan Curran, the runaway indeed, once again. And Big Steppas continue to build up a head of steam. A stiff European uppercut. That's going to bring some serious cobwebs to the grey matter of the head of Max Carnage. And got to give the Big Steppas credit. Ever since this has gone back into the ring, the Big Steppas have been in full control of this matchup, and I'm very surprised out of the two members of the Annihilation that they've able to isolate the monster himself. Over 400 pounds he's Max Carnage. Oh boy, this will be a feat. Looking for a double suplex, I do believe, are the Big Steppas. That's going to take a lot. And meanwhile, well, Axel Chaos, not particularly a fan of tag rules apparently, just stuffs the opportunity of a double suplex, courtesy of the Big Steppas. And now Axel Chaos is asking for a microphone.
Listen, bitches. Rule number 3. The Annihilation don't have to tag, but you bitches do.
Well, that doesn't exactly seem fair at all, but Annihilation rules, I guess. I mean, it's not what anyone signed up for, ladies and gentlemen, but when you are 700 plus pounds, I guess you can do whatever you like. And well, referee Sock's admonishing the Annihilation, but apparently the Annihilation don't have to tag, but the Big Steppas do, which of course makes it very evident that this is quite clearly an unfair advantage for the Isle of Wight natives. A stiff knife edge chop from Max Carnage. Ryan Curran trying to bring Harry MacDonald back into the fight, who has now been isolated and gets squashed in a corner by the Beast of Bedlam. Look out, Freight Trainer coming at a humongous body check. I mean, any part of Max Carnage's body crushing someone in the corner is going to be bad news. And a sidewalk slam all the way to hell for the big man himself. Referee Sock's in perfect position. 2 count only. The Big Mac escapes. The Annihilation have full control all of a sudden of this tag match out of absolutely nowhere. And as we have seen countless times here at Phoenix and beyond, when the Annihilation take control, very rarely do they lose it again. Poor Harry MacDonald had his knee driven into the canvas. Max Carnage mocking Harry MacDonald, saying, I think he hurt his knee. Check it out, Axel Chaos. I think Axel Chaos will have no problem checking out that knee. I'm looking to completely check it out entirely. This is just a vicious dissection as we speak right now, and Harry MacDonald with a severe size disadvantage and looking to squeeze away and getting Ryan Curran, who obviously provides more of the power outlet of the Big Steppas. But even then, how effective is that going to be against Max Carnage and Axel Chaos? It certainly looked effective at the beginning of this matchup, but ever since the Annihilation chose to turn a page on the rule book and initiate a zero tag policy, only for themselves of course, this match has severely turned against the Big Steppas. And speaking of stepping, Max Carnage just walking through Harry MacDonald in the corner. Ryan Curran needs to be very careful getting baited here by Max Carnage, because things are bad enough as Harry MacDonald is being worn out in the corner by both members while referee Socks is distracted. Ryan Curran beside himself at ringside, and understandably so, watching his friend Harry MacDonald being completely destroyed so far by the Annihilation, and this crowd trying to come alive for the Big Steppas, who are surprisingly popular despite, of course, not being from the Isle of Wight. Of course, being from the Isle of Wight does pay big dividends despite the miserable attitude of the Annihilation. Stiff knee, frankly, right up the fucking arse by the looks of it by Axel Chaos. And that is just a stiff forearm shiver right into the diaphragm of Harry MacDonald. And Axel Chaos enjoys his job just a little bit too much, and his job, of course, is to kick the everlasting shit out of any visitors to the Isle of Wight, it would seem. And Max Carnage just mocking again Ryan Curran. I understand the emotions are raw. He is red hot. He wants to make a good impression, but he is leaving Harry MacDonald, and that is, well, he's got his big fucking ass sat on the chest. That is 400 pounds of ass sat on the chest of Harry MacDonald, and it's not quite the massive booty I think Harry MacDonald was looking to have on his chest this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, but it is what it is. And now the Annihilation once again resuming control. Well, Axel Chaos just mocking Harry MacDonald, saying, come and try and make a tag, sunshine. Oh, and Harry MacDonald just launching himself towards Ryan Curran, just a finger tip away from making the tag. And meanwhile, Axel Chaos counters and drives Harry MacDonald back into the corner. And you saw the power of Axel Chaos. Hard to believe that in a roster full of all these meaty heavyweights, Axel Chaos is the smaller of a tag team, but he is. Now Harry MacDonald was able to escape momentarily, still can't get to Ryan Curran. Max Carnage cuts him off. Harry MacDonald trying to somehow wriggle free from the clutches. Just the tip indeed. Sterling Archer would be very happy about that. Let's hope neither of them are lactose intolerant, at least in the bedroom. And now Harry MacDonald with an enziguri has created some separation and gets a tag finally to Ryan Curran, who is now red hot and running straight into Axel Chaos. Now gets hold of the monster. Max Carnage somehow looking to debilitate the big man himself. Essex Beef himself, the runaway, is absolutely unleashed here under pressure, and Ryan Curran is trying desperately to knock down this big old fucking freight train super kick to the thigh. And well, Max Carnage finds himself in a precarious position on his knees, and now a shining wizard around the back of the head from Ryan Curran, and pinfall attempt. And oh man, the monster Max Carnage able to kick out. Ryan Curran not able to take full advantage of that opportunity right there. Tag made to Harry MacDonald, who seems to have regained some sort of equilibrium, and now armbar, Fujiwara armbar trapped on Axel Chaos. And meanwhile, the Big Steppas double submission, and Axel Chaos has tapped out. He's tapped out. Oh my god, the Annihilation have lost for the first time. The Big Steppas have overcome.
I told you, baby, we were going to do it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Essex, Red Boys.
Oh, wait a minute. Fourth rule? Oh, how fucking convenient for the Annihilation. Well, that's pretty succinct. Ryan Curran, jaw jacking the ringside. Oh man, Harry MacDonald's looking to wipe Axel Chaos. Oh no, Ryan Curran was on the apron, gets wiped out, and meanwhile, Axel Chaos is going to look to take full advantage with that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Oh no, you know what's coming, the Annihilation, the monster Max Carnage build up ahead of steam, huge lariat, Harry MacDonald gets wiped out, and just like that, the Annihilation have won this matchup with a whopping great asterisk, because ultimately, Axel Chaos tapped out like a drunk man. And yet the Annihilation, somehow, courtesy of bending the rules to suit, continuously moving the goalposts, have retained their undefeated streak here in tag team competition.
Fuck off back to Essex. This is our turf. We play by our rules. And apparently, we don't need any fucking music.
The Annihilation. Yeah, the Annihilation win, courtesy of a call from Luke Lamont, but frankly, that is a whopping great asterisk, as I said. Axel Chaos tapped out to that double submission. The Big Steppas should rightfully be the winners in this matchup, and they're not. And it's an absolute daylight fucking robbery, as per usual, courtesy of the Annihilation.